Welcome. Today's lecture is about social facts as given by Emile Durkheim. A little background about Emile Durkheim. He was a French sociologist of the 19th century. He was influenced by Auguste Comte and established sociology as an empirical science. He is known as the father of modern sociology. Some of his famous works are The Division of Labor in Society, Suicide, The Elementary Forms of Religious Life, The Rules of Sociological Methods, etc. In his book, The Rules of Sociological Method, he proposed the theory of social facts. He defined sociology as the science of social facts. That means he stressed on having independent subject matter of sociology away from the natural sciences. According to him, sociology is a science, but it is objective in nature and it conforms to the model of other sciences whose object is social fact. Therefore, he stressed on social fact and its importance and relationship with sociology. So now let us understand what are these social facts. The ways of thinking, acting and feeling which are external to individual, constraint in nature and general in character are known as social facts. So these social facts control the individuals in the society and the individuals cannot control them. These facts represent a category of facts with distinctive characteristics which are external to the individual and have the power of coercion by means of which they can control all the individuals in the society. And they are of its own kind. That means they are self-born and have been present in the society even before the individual was born. So, if a child is born today, the social facts that are already prevailing in the society that are being imposed upon him, and as he grows up to become an individual, to become a part of the society, these social facts are coerced upon him so that he follows the same facts, the same ways of thinking, acting and feeling which the society expects from him. The same way has to be reflected by the individual to the society. Now, looking at the characteristics of social fact, as I already discussed, they are external, constraint and general. So let us understand these terms one by one. Social facts must be regarded as things as proposed by Durkheim, and they must exercise constraint. That means there should be a power and they should be coerced on the individual and be external to individual. That means I am not thinking of these social facts, but when I was born and when I was socialized to become a part of the society, these facts became normal for me because I heard them from different people. As a girl, I was told how to walk, how to talk, how to laugh, how to not talk to strangers, how to have long hair. So all these were external in nature. I did not know them, but the society told me these things, and as I grew up it all sounded very normal. To have long hair, I never questioned it because these were imposed upon me in my subconscious mind as I grew up. By externality, it means that the facts have been there in the society even before the individual was born, and it keeps on getting imposed as the individual grows up and socializes or becomes a part of the society. It is constrained in the way that it is coercive. That means it has the power to impose itself on the individuals and the individuals have to follow it. For example, if a family does not allow intercaste marriage and if the girl or the boy goes against their will and marries someone from a different caste, then they are shamed. They are kicked out of the society, out of their caste. So that means if a social fact has been there for ages, the member of the society, the individual, he has to follow it. It is general and characteristic. what it means that it is equally implied on all the members of the society irrespective of social differences. So if a girl is told not to talk to strangers or not to wear short clothes, it is applicable for all the women in the society and not for a particular group of society. Now, looking at types of social facts, Durkheim mentioned various types of social facts. Let's understand them one by one. First is normal social facts. Normal social facts are helpful for continuing and functioning of the society, and they are also benefit for the society. They are beneficial for the society. For example, occasional crimes. If there are occasional crimes in your colony, then you will look at it in the way that it helps in uniting the people of the family against the criminals. You will plan all together, you will go to the police all together. So all these things help in continuity and functioning of the society. Next is structural morphological facts. It means that the physical manifestation. For example, if we see a Jain saint walking down, we can look at his clothes and identify that yes, he is a Jain saint. So this is structural morphological fact. Durkheim also proposed on the study of social facts. How can we study social facts and how can we understand them? So there are 4 rules. Rules of observation, that means identifying symbols. If a woman is wearing sindoor, we can understand that she is a married woman. Rules of classification based on various classes. We can understand this on the basis of people coming from different family economical backgrounds coming all together in the school. But we can understand that a poor man's child would be on scholarship basis. A rich man's child must be coming with a driver. So we can classify social facts on the basis of this classification. Rules of distinction, that is normal or abnormal. If the crime rates are normal, then it is functional for the society, but it is abnormal if the rates are really high, the crimes are taking place on a daily basis, then it is abnormal. Rules of explanation. He said that the social facts should be studied like sciences and there should be empirical evidence and objectivity in studying of social facts. Criticism. Durkheim's theory was criticized on various grounds, like L.A. Coser questioned the importance of individual and said that the only stress is given on society, but the role of individual is ignored in his theory. Gabriel Tarde said that it is difficult to imagine and appreciate his analysis of society bereft of individuals. That means he has given all the credit to society and the individuals aspect, the roles of individuals has been ignored. The last criticism is there is a lack of definition of the term things. Durkheim said that social facts are things, but the very definition of the term things is missing in his theory. Now coming to the conclusion, in spite of the criticisms and the missing role of individuals in the theory, Durkheim put his efforts to establish social facts as the study matter of sociology, and his efforts cannot be ignored because social facts led to establish the very foundation of functional approach in sociology. Now let's look at some questions. The term sui generis was used by Emile Durkheim to explain social facts. Second question is Durkheim's examples of social facts are laws, morals, beliefs. So all the 3 options are correct. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.